This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, Dunedin school children help to reveal the harmful effects of dredging on Otago Harbour. We meet a screenwriter who's about to head to Venice to be part of the oldest film festival in the world. And suicide prevention gets a boost thanks to a fashion show and the efforts of a fundraising group. Good evening, I'm Rebecca Dupree. A Dunedin screenwriter is breaking ground in Europe. Henry Feltham and his team are the first New Zealanders to be entered in a competition for the world's oldest film festival, and the ensuing exposure could mean big things for the national film industry.
Regaining a normal life after being acquitted of murder can be tough, and that's exactly what the first Kiwi entry into the Venice Film Festival is about.
It started with my director David, who's very interested in the way that people respond to media, and sort of what the effect of something like a murder trial is on somebody who comes out innocent, and how that divides the community too.
The short film Killer is one of 12 finalists for the International Development Competition. Feltham believes the work has the potential to be much bigger.
We went on, we both really liked it, and we sent it out to a few festivals, particularly like foreign festivals, and they loved it too. And we thought, well, this has got legs, let's develop it a bit. And we blew it up into a 40-50 page screenplay.
The New Zealand Film Commission are backing the Broad Bay artist and his team by giving them $10,000 to fly to Europe. They're hoping the international exposure will in turn put low-budget New Zealand films on the map.
There's 12 teams there, and 3 of those teams get given €150,000 to make their film, which then screens at the Venice Film Festival, which is the oldest and one of the biggest film festivals in the world.
He's aiming to see Killer become a feature-length movie and to continue working on it for next year's festival. Feltham believes the framework could be used in New Zealand to boost the country's film industry. He says no matter what happens in Venice, the team's opportunity to learn from the world's best means it's a worthwhile experience. Ruby Spink, The South Today.
University students have been questioning Dunedin City Council candidates during a forum on campus. Dozens of students attended the event, enticed by the chance to engage with the city's hopeful leaders. Each candidate gave a short introduction and answered 3 set questions. Issues being discussed included a possible liquor ban in North Dunedin. Scarfies are also being asked to vote in another election this month for next year's Otago University Students' Association. Voting for that closes at 4 p.m. on Thursday, but new OUSA executives won't officially take office until next year. Emergency Management Otago has launched a new website to help residents prepare for and respond to emergencies. It's been designed to assist individuals, schools, businesses and communities in getting ready for any natural hazard. The website features general advice as well as district-specific information. It includes community response plans, contact details for local emergency management staff and details about regional welfare centres. It'll provide critical alerts and information when an event is developing or when one occurs, along with broadcasts by local radio stations. The local branch of the Life Matters Suicide Prevention Trust is benefiting financially from a recent catwalk event. The Trust is getting about $16,000 from this year's Zonta Dunedin Fashion Show, which has been generating charitable funds for more than a decade. And members say the help could be life-saving.
Strutting their stuff for a great cause. The Zonta Club of Metropolitan Dunedin has just held its annual fashion fundraiser. This time, choosing the Life Matters Suicide Prevention Trust as its recipient charity. Otago Polytechnic hosted the Saturday night event, which has previously been held at the Kensington Army Hall.
We've been working on the show for probably about the last 5 months. Meeting regularly. So I look after everything backstage, so I've been coordinating all the models and the designers and the hair and makeup teams, and so it's definitely a big team effort to get the show up and running.
The spectacle was a sellout, with 360 people attending. Muir says it's a citywide team effort each year, from the set-up logistics to what's shown on the runway.
So all the models this evening are from Art Model Management, a local model agency, and the designers, it's a mixture of Dunedin designers, both emerging and established, and also retailers.
Recipient charity, the Life Matters Suicide Prevention Trust, is all about, as the name suggests, reducing the number of people who attempt to take their own lives. Dunedin branch chairwoman Corinda Taylor says funds raised for the organisation can literally be life-saving.
We need the funds to enable us to run these workshops and to provide the support to people. So the funds that would come in tonight is most welcome.
The local chapter of the Life Matters Suicide Prevention Trust was formed in 2014 and hosts bereavement group meetings on the first Tuesday of every month. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, we'll meet another of Southland's mayoral candidates.
Hi, my name is Ronald Fong. I believe that together we can build a brighter future for Dunedin. I'm presenting two major infrastructure proposals that won't cost the ratepayer a single cent. The first is a flood protection scheme for South Dunedin based on successfully used displacement tent systems overseas. The second is a major new redevelopment of our Harbourside area to create a world-class community space. Vote Ronald Fong, and let's build a brighter future together. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Doug Hall. I stood for council in the 2013 election and got elected. The achievements I've been part of in the last 3 years have been of a great benefit to Dunedin City. Reducing debt, improving contracts and better liaison with the general public. To further reduce debt and better management of all contracts. Vote Doug Hall, first choice for council.
Hello, I'm Isla McLeod and I'm standing for the Dunedin City Council. I'm recently returned from Christchurch where I spent 2 terms on a community board as Deputy Chair or Chair. I was on the Water Management Zone Committee and I was on the board or a member of several environmental groups. And now I'd like to use all of that knowledge and experience for the good of Dunedin. And if it's good for Dunedin, it's good for you.
Hello, my name is Conrad Stedman. I'm 46 years old, married with 2 beautiful children, a former policeman of 10 years in South Auckland and Dunedin, and a business owner. I offer strong leadership with no hidden agenda. I am committed to serving our community. I am your voice for our community, for our future. Vote 1 for Conrad Stedman. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Malcolm Dixon. I'm standing for the Dunedin City Council. I've been in retail for 40 years in Dunedin and I would like to see some changes in the city. I'm passionate about growing business opportunities in Dunedin. Transport and parking issues are important to me, and flooding and management of city assets, especially in South Dunedin area, are a major issue. So remember to vote for Malcolm Dixon at Dunedin City Council.
Hi, I'm Joshua Perry, currently working in social services, and I am standing for the Dunedin City Council. I support improvements in student housing, business investment, waterfront development, and South Dunedin flood resolution. Dunedin should be accessible for all, and if I'm elected, I will make Dunedin a vibrant destination.
Authorised by Joshua Perry, 95 North Road, North East Valley.
Hi, I'm Dave Cole, Mayor of Dunedin, and together we're building a great city, not just for now, but for the future. And I'm committed to creating a positive legacy of sensible investments, sustainable businesses, an emphasis on infrastructure and environment, healthier homes, and your community well-being. A future our kids can be really proud to inherit. If you want the same positive future, please mark 1 for Dave Cole for Mayor and return your voting form. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Dave Yardley and I'm standing for the Otago Regional Council. 2 of Otago's greatest resources are our outstanding natural landscape and our capability for agriculture. Getting the balance right between preservation of that landscape and intensification of farming is a real challenge. To meet that challenge, we need a firm understanding of both our environment and our land-based businesses. I have that understanding to ensure that our landscape and farming can coexist in harmony for generations to come. A vote for Dave Yardley is a vote for reason, balance and integrity.
Hello, my name is Anne Galloway and I'm standing for election to Dunedin City Council. I have lived and worked in Dunedin for 20 years and I'm very proud of this city. And I do know that at times there are very difficult decisions that need to be made. We need councillors who care about the people, about their issues such as healthcare, housing and an ageing population. Vote for me and I will do my best for you and for Dunedin.
Your voting papers for the Dunedin City Council and Otago Regional Council elections are in the mail and should be with you soon. If you don't have your papers by the 22nd of September, call 477 4000 or drop into the DCC Customer Services Centre in the Octagon. Please read the instructions carefully to make sure your vote counts. More information about candidates and how the voting systems work is available at dunedin.govt.nz/elections. Remember, you have the right to vote. Don't be left out. Vote early.
Welcome back. Well, tonight we continue our local body elections coverage, and Holly Buchanan has chatted with another of Invercargill's 3 mayoral candidates.
Joining me now, standing for the Mayor of Invercargill, Tom Conroy. Good evening.
Good evening.
So tell me, why are you running for the mayoral too?
Well, I thought it was time for strong, energetic and positive business leadership for the town. We're undergoing some very testing economic times, and I think, having traded here for 20 years with businesses, I know what we're suffering from, and I've got some solutions, and I thought it was time to put those forward.
What leadership experience can you bring to the table?
Well, I've headed up several companies, and I think I've had staff, maybe 200 staff go through the companies in the last 20 years, so I know how to pull a team together. I also had corporate experience with Mobil as a senior executive, so I've had it in different circumstances, and as I say, I know how to get the best out of people, and I think that's a key role for the Mayor.
What do you see as the top 2 issues currently facing Invercargill?
Well, that's an easy question because I've been campaigning for 5 months now, and I've asked that of every audience, and they're quite clear the CBD deterioration is top of the pile. There's no easy solution for it, but there is a genuine concern that it's decaying on an almost daily basis. So that's number 1, clearly. And the second one is actually Anderson House on vote, a beautiful building that we have here that's been closed because it needs significant work to upgrade, and its future as part of the community. So they're the 2 things that people have come to me almost at every meeting and said we want action on those.
What do you consider to be the 2 core functions of the Invercargill City Council?
Same thing, really, same rules. I see it as a business that has 2 arms. One is the infrastructure and maintaining the integrity of that. But also I think they're a facilitator of growth and entrepreneurship in the town. They've got to be proactive on the front foot, getting new businesses here, encouraging them, not necessarily paying for them, but being a facilitator of what it takes to get them trading in town. So you're a salesman for the city, but also you've got your core functions of infrastructure maintenance that is an obligation.
How do you feel the current council is performing?
My concern is always that everything is very slow, and they've admitted that, local body politics is slow, but because it has been slow doesn't mean it has to be slow in the future, and that's what I'm bringing by coming in straight, straight from business straight into politics. I'm going to say, well, let's bring in some of the practices in the business spectrum that makes things go quickly, and let's question everything we do and why it is slow instead of just accepting it's slow. And that's what frustrates people. It's slow consultation, it's slow when it comes to buildings. Everything seems to take forever, and they're just accepting that, and I won't.
As Mayor, what will you do differently?
I'm going to bring, as I say, a business approach. So we're going to use the same fundamentals where the chairman of the board, the Mayor, makes the rules with the council about how the management team needs to perform and tells the public, and create a very good relationship between the 2. They call it governance, but really it's leadership, and telling them either very direct instructions or from general instructions about what we need to deliver to the ratepayer, because we have to give them a return on investment, which is a phrase we use in business all the time. It's not necessarily money, it might be good facilities and amenities. So that's what I want to do, is a management governance structure that's pulling in the same direction, very clearly, strongly led and very communicative with the ratepayers and residents who are the shareholders of that company.
What do you consider to be the most important function of the Mayor?
The Mayor is the front person for every decision that's made, which is why they need a good support team, get good people around you. You're going to be answerable for everything that happens, whether you've got direct influence over it or not. So the Mayor really needs to be on top of every issue, be well informed by those people around him, so he can make constructive comment and suggestions, and also can facilitate external parties taking part with council in joint ventures. So he opens the doors, whether he opens the doors locally or opens the doors around New Zealand. That's the role of the Mayor, is to say, look, the city needs this, the city needs that, and bring people together with great ideas and help them achieve their goals.
Do you have the skills to lead the council?
I absolutely do. I've had, as I've mentioned, a lot of leadership experience. The good thing is it doesn't matter what combination ends up being elected. Through my business contacts, I've had dealings with all the current council, and I also had a lot of interaction with the council itself. So nobody will be new to me. We have a good relationship. There's no conflict. I've met all the prospective candidates, many of whom I do know from other parts of society. So I'm very confident I can win their confidence very quickly, get their commitment to change, and put us all together very quickly to actually put some things into place straight away. Not long-term plans, I'm talking about things we can do from day one.
Where do you think Invercargill's future lies?
It depends on what we do in the next 5 to 6 years. I'm offering a 2-term tenure because I think we can make significant difference in that time. One thing I fear is the lack of inertia. We must get things underway straight away. And I think if we do that, and you would have heard of the Southland Regional Strategy, which is a big picture items which are going to change the shape of Southland and Invercargill. But the City Council needs to work alongside those and also have their own momentum, their own things they want to do and implement, so that we get excitement about the city's progress. If we do nothing, then the city will just deteriorate and will be a lost cause. So what I see is quick action, working alongside the big projects, and in 5 years, 6 years, you'll see a completely different city than the one that you see today.
What do you love about Invercargill?
I love the potential of the people, I think, and their ideas and their excitement about what can be done. The frustration is there's a lot of people out there who have great ideas for businesses and entrepreneurship, but they're frustrated they can't get progress with it. They either don't have the resource, they're frustrated with the council not helping them. Those kinds of activities that I can influence, which are to the better. We have performance talent, we have great art, we have great ideas. It's just getting them out from underneath the bushel, getting active and getting those goals achieved. So that's, to me, the potential is amazing in this town.
Why should Invercargill ratepayers and residents vote for you?
Well, I think they should look back at what I've achieved over the last 20 years. We've put millions of dollars back in the economy. We've put Southland on the map through our television station being nationwide. And I think they could see that we've made a genuine contribution that's come straight back into the community, and have that confidence that I'll do the same for the council. So I think they look at that track record. Hopefully they'll look at my presentation and media skills as being another advantage. The fact that I'm not overstating the case, but I am known outside of the province, so I can open doors for us. I have got credibility. So when you look at that entire package, it's different, it's energetic, it's positive. Everything is positive. I'm not going back and knocking a whole thing down things that have happened before. Let's look ahead. And I think they can build and feel that energy come across. So when you look at all those factors, it's a good investment by placing me as Mayor.
Tom Conroy, thanks very much for joining us.
It's been a great pleasure.
Well, after the break on the South Today, we'll take a look at weather for the South.
Hello, my name is Anne Galloway and I'm standing for election to Dunedin City Council. I have lived and worked in Dunedin for 20 years and I'm very proud of this city. And I do know that at times there are very difficult decisions that need to be made. We need councillors who care about the people, about their issues such as healthcare, housing and an ageing population. Vote for me and I will do my best for you and for Dunedin.
Hello, I'm Isla McLeod and I'm standing for the Dunedin City Council. I'm recently returned from Christchurch where I spent 2 terms on a community board as Deputy Chair or Chair. I was on the Water Management Zone Committee and I was on the board or a member of several environmental groups. And now I'd like to use all of that knowledge and experience for the good of Dunedin. And if it's good for Dunedin, it's good for you.
Hi, my name is Ronald Fong. I believe that together we can build a brighter future for Dunedin. I'm presenting two major infrastructure proposals that won't cost the ratepayer a single cent. The first is a flood protection scheme for South Dunedin based on successfully used displacement tent systems overseas. The second is a major new redevelopment of our Harbourside area to create a world-class community space. Vote Ronald Fong and let's build a brighter future together. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Malcolm Dixon. I'm standing for the Dunedin City Council. I've been in retail for 40 years in Dunedin and I would like to see some changes in the city. I'm passionate about growing business opportunities in Dunedin. Transport and parking issues are important to me, and flooding and management of city assets, especially in South Dunedin area, are a major issue. So remember to vote for Malcolm Dixon at Dunedin City Council.
Hi, I'm Dave Yardley and I'm standing for the Otago Regional Council. Two of Otago's greatest resources are our outstanding natural landscape and our capability for agriculture. Getting the balance right between preservation of that landscape and intensification of farming is a real challenge. To meet that challenge, we need a firm understanding of both our environment and our land-based businesses. I have that understanding to ensure that our landscape and farming can coexist in harmony for generations to come. A vote for Dave Yardley is a vote for reason, balance and integrity.
Hello, my name is Conrad Stedman. I'm 46 years old, married with two beautiful children, a former policeman of 10 years in South Auckland and Dunedin, and a business owner. I offer strong leadership with no hidden agenda. I am committed to serving our community. I am your voice for our community, for our future. Vote 1 for Conrad Stedman. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Doug Hall. I stood for council in the 2013 election and got elected. The achievements I've been part of in the last 3 years have been of a great benefit to Dunedin City. Reducing debt, improving contracts and better liaison with the general public. To further reduce debt and better management of all contracts. Vote Doug Hall, first choice for council.
Hi, I'm Joshua Perry, currently working in social services, and I am standing for the Dunedin City Council. I support improvements in student housing, business investment, waterfront development, and South Dunedin flood restoration. Dunedin should be accessible for all, and if I'm elected, I will make Dunedin a vibrant destination.
Authorised by Joshua Perry, 95 North Road, North East Valley.
Hi, I'm Dave Cole, Mayor of Dunedin, and together we're building a great city, not just for now, but for the future. And I'm committed to creating a positive legacy of sensible investments, sustainable businesses, an emphasis on infrastructure and environment, healthier homes, and your community well-being. A future our kids can be really proud to inherit. If you want the same positive future, please mark 1 for Dave Cole for Mayor and return your voting form. Thanks.
Your voting papers for the Dunedin City Council and Otago Regional Council elections are in the mail and should be with you soon. If you don't have your papers by the 22nd of September, call 477 4000 or drop into the DCC Customer Services Centre in the Octagon. Please read the instructions carefully to make sure your vote counts. More information about candidates and how the voting systems work is available at dunedin.govt.nz/elections. Remember, you have the right to vote. Don't be left out. Vote early.
Welcome back. Well, it's time now to recap tonight's top stories on the South today. A Broad Bay screenwriter is part of the first Kiwi team selected for a European competition as part of the Venice Film Festival. And the Zonta Dunedin Fashion Show has raised about $16,000 for the local branch of the Suicide Prevention Trust. Well, it's time now to find out what's happening in tomorrow's Otago Daily Times, and we're joined by Phil Somerville. Good evening.
Good evening, Rebecca. I thought I'd start with the opinion page tonight. Andrew Geddes, professor from the law school, a very clever man, has written an article about tactical voting under STV, how to try to exclude the candidates you don't like rather than the ones you do like. Do you follow that?
There's bound to be a sensible, tricky way
he goes into it, and I
yeah.
found it interesting read and bit of work, but if you really want candidates you really don't want to get on, he suggests ways of doing that. The opinion page also has an interesting article from Anna Campbell. She's a local businesswoman in the farming area. She's talking about it mightn't be that long before there are indeed tasty and sizzling acceptable substitutes to meat. So she's giving a wee bit of a warning there. And Gwyn Dyer, who's always interesting, getting to the heart of issues, is talking about Syria and the States and the ceasefire and the tricky position the United States is in. Front page tomorrow at this stage we're looking at Harleen Hayne. The university's objecting to these liquor outlets, and she's talking about the horrendous challenge they have tackling the young booze culture in young New Zealanders, and in their case obviously students. Story on the paper about a psychology student, you might remember there was a car ran out.
Yes.
We're drawing up a map showing the Hiram Scarum different directions she went in the chase. From Cromwell, quite a sad story, an 89-year-old jailed for, I think it was 2 years for sexual assault on pre-teen girls from many years ago. And on it goes, all sorts of things tomorrow, as usual.
Lovely, there's tomorrow's ODT. Thank you, Phil. Well, it's time now for tomorrow's weather.
The South Today weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorns Emu Oil.
And here is today's southern view. It's taken of Brighton Beach. It looks lovely, but there was a little cool breeze around. To the situation, we can expect some areas of low cloud about the coasts and some inland mist, but long sunny periods can be looked forward to for most parts as a weak ridge of high pressure gradually builds. To the forecast in the south tomorrow, we're looking at a fine day for Lumsden and Gore, 14 and 13 respectively. Fine weather for Wanaka, Queenstown, Alexandra and Te Anau. And southerlies in Timaru with a few showers and a high of 10. And Dunedin tonight, cloudy with a low of 3. Tomorrow and Thursday, mostly cloudy with a few bright periods in the afternoon. Southwest winds, 13 degrees both days. And in Invercargill tonight, fine with frosts in sheltered places, dropping to a low of -1. Tomorrow and Thursday, fog patches possible, otherwise sunny. A high of 14 expected both days. And that is news from the South Today. We'll join you again tomorrow. Good evening.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.